Welcome back, MechWarriors. This is OLDBOB'10025, and where in the hell is Comstar? They're supposed to be here fighting on Tukayyid, but they're nowhere to be found. Anyways, this is the debrief for Tukayyid 3, hopefully, and yes, the clans did win, and they won pretty well. I think once I actually saw the line go down to 10% on the clans, or 10% on our side, so we did actually have a good fight. I think that was Sunday, and it's been kind of going around. It's been hovering around 97. I saw a couple times 80, a couple times 60, but it's always been in the clan's favor. And the algorithm for it's a little bit weird, but it did actually turn out that we did win some for the Inner Sphere, and we did actually lose a lot. So out of the 27 games I played with Old Bob, I think I got six or seven games that were wins, but it was hard fought. We had to pull our wins out of our asses, but it was hard fought. And plenty of times, I'll tell you, I played with a lot of pugs. I mean, nothing against them, but when a person charges in, say, hey guys, let's charge in, let's do this, let's charge in together. And what happened was I was the first person in and first person to die, and everyone else stood back. As soon as one person got hit with a laser beam, they stopped and held up the whole line. So we always try to, when you do faction warfare, you want to definitely try to get into the game and actually listen to a drop caller. I think I drop called for about 10 games. After that, I was like, okay, I'm done. And it was kind of hard, unless it was a team that I knew was very well and would actually go and listen, and then drop call and you actually get into the game itself and play as a team, as a unit. And 9 times out of 10, what happened was the Inner Sphere players definitely wanted to go and trade pot shots with the clanners, and unfortunately, clanners have a lot longer range, better, and plus a lot of really good snipers. And so it didn't turn out too well for a lot of games. But I also heard this on the clan side as well. The clan pugs were almost the same thing. You'll have assault, they'll run in, one person run in, and then they'll pretty much die. But the clanners have a lot of options for mistakes than the Inner Sphere does. But anyways, but it was fun. It was exciting. Did have a good time and everything. And the rewards were absolutely generous. And one of the things that PGI, if you do notice throughout the years, they definitely do like to go ahead and give a massive reward right before something comes out. Say the skill tree on the 16th, on May 16th, with the Javelin. So they gave you a lot of C bills because they know that you're going to actually have a lot of stuff, and they gave you a lot of different types of like MC and everything to kind of make you happy for when the skill tree does come out. The skill tree, I'm kind of on the fence on, so it's a little bit two-sided, I guess. It's good and bad at the same time, but it's a different change, which is good. But anyways, to the faction warfare. Sorry about that. One of the things that what happened was, for the beginning, everyone wanted to get everything done, so they blasted through it during the weekend. And then Monday and Tuesday, it's kind of where you started seeing all the fall off of people getting their rewards and then not playing anymore, or basically doing that kind of thing. And the clans did win every single day, so they got 1 million C bills, 1 supply key, and then also 50 MC for every day. So they did definitely double up on their rewards and everything. And if you learned anything from the last two, the clans won both other times. The first one was kind of a really well fought because everyone didn't really know what's going on. Second one, everyone went clans. All the major units did. Then a couple went back to Inner Sphere, kind of help out and everything, which is cool. And so the third one, they saw the rewards, and so basically everyone pretty much jumped ship from the Inner Sphere. Not everybody, and they jumped ship and then went to the clans to get the bonuses, and then a lot of units went back to Inner Sphere, kind of help out as well too, which is kind of cool. But one of the things I definitely took from this was, if I was a new player and I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm jumping in and having trying to have a fun time, and I got waffle stomped constantly from the clan players, or from like anything in general, I would actually probably not play again, and I'll go off to go play something else. And that's one thing that I think the faction warfare event kind of does. I truly believe that faction warfare should actually be just for the elites, and for if you played over, say, 2 months or something like that, or a month, or you got your tier down to tier 3 or something like that. Just for the simple fact is, when a new player comes and plays, I'm not trying to be a elitist or anything, trust me, I'm far from it, but actually doing analysis and looking at different things and playing like crazy, is that a new player would just quit playing. And you should be at least tier 3 and kind of know what you're doing, and then go into the game itself for faction warfare. As far as trials and stuff like that, I don't really mind them using trials. They're okay mechs. They're not the best in the world, but they're there in case a person can't actually get that. Maybe the rules should be trials, and I changed my mind on that for a simple reason. It's just looking at all the footage that I had to splice and do all together. That new players should not be able to use trial mechs in Factual Warfare, and also to at least be tier 3. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to be a elitist, but I know from a new player standpoint, if I was a new player, I would not play MechWarrior Online again. And I'm trying to get people into the game itself, and this is not one of the ways to go and do it. A mass majority of people, yeah, were actually tier 1, tier 2, tier 1 to 5, basically. And, they had a great time, but there was a lot of people that they ran in by themselves against a full clan fire line, or they went one by one and started assaulting in 2 to 3 groups, and didn't really go in together. So the whole line was smashed. There was a lot of instances of they were, just like I said, taking pot shots from sniping positions. Clans were so much superiority on that, and it didn't really work out as well. They weren't torso twisting. They weren't doing a whole bunch of different things that you really need to go and do in faction warfare. That's why in a tier 3 you at least know something as far as going into it. Just like I said, I'm not trying to be elitist or anything, because I'm far from it. Trust me, I've done some whoppers myself, but it's just it turned out into that simple direction that you see a lot of losses. I know the intersphere for the scouting missions worked out really well, and so we actually did have a lot of radar sweeps, radar jams, and everything else, and did work out for different games. And I'm sure it pretty much helped, because I know we used it a couple times. We masked one gate, we saw where they're at, then we ran over to the other gate while the radar sweep happened, or theirs happened, or like something like that. Then we ran around and ran around and did that kind of stuff. So it just all depends, and I think that just like I said, new players should not actually play faction warfare unless they get to tier 3. It will help out and actually make the new players go and play constantly, and not just play for a couple times and say, F this game, I'm going to go play something else. So that's my take on a lot of the faction warfare. Faction warfare is broken anyways, as far as fighting 12-man teams. It sucks completely. We did win against one team. I forgot who they were, but we did win against them. Full 12-man. I guess they weren't really paying attention or something like that, so we did kill them. But I would have to say though, constantly though, it was a hard fought. But clans, I heard from my clanner buddies too, that test tube buddies, that they had the same problem. They same exact thing. They'll rush in one by one or something like that, because they have a lot more, I guess, forgiving mechs for that. So that's what they did. But overall, though, Faction Warfare, like I said, is broken. They really need to fix something. I know when I played Faction Warfare in MechWarrior 4 for about 3 years, that each planet had resources. So one planet had jump points. One of the planet had mech points, and then another planet, I forgot what it had. I think it had C-bills. And so your unit, as a unit, or your clan, or the whatever, basically one person has control over the clan. You have a bunch of mercs and all that kind of stuff too. So they fight for planets all around the inner sphere. So each time you take a planet, you get C-bills, jump points, or actually mech, or mech facilities to build stuff for the C-bills for your mechs. And so what you had to do is keep track of different things, but they had a program for that, and I'm sure PGI can actually get a program. And it was actually really exciting, because we actually fought all the different games through 12 versus 12. If you had more than 12, say 36, you fight 3 games, for that. But you leave garrisons on planets. So let's say one planet gets attacked or raid, and they attack with 12 mechs. We only have 4 mechs, so only 4 people can play on that planet, defending that planet. Just depending on how many mechs you have on that planet. And then to bring mechs to different other planets, you had to actually go and do logistics to bring those mechs to the other planets. Of course, it's a lot of paperwork. Don't get me wrong, but I have to say that it was a lot of fun. And it was actually a hard fight, because planets were actually worth something. See, in Faction Warfare, they're worth nothing except for the major units who do take them, and they get 5, or however much MC they get. I don't know I forgot what the MC is, because I didn't really care. But the whole thing is though, only the major units get it. Now, if the major players or actually anyone plays it, and the planet is taken, the MC should be actually transferred to whoever was actually involved in that battle. Say maybe 3 or 4 fights. Like I can understand probably not, you know, 1 fight or something like that, but 3 or 4 fights or 10 fights, like whatever, have a major stake in the planet itself. That way planet size worth something. Another thing, basically, for faction warfare that I think that would actually probably improve it. I know they actually tried to do this, or thought about it, like PGI, was planets meeting something. Like say like a corporation was on a planet that builds extra range large lasers, and so if a planet was taken by the clans, that planet would have, you know, or the say like Krita had a planet that was a corporation for large lasers. That planet would be screwed up because now, or all the Krita would not actually have ER large lasers. They would actually be 10% more, or something like that. That way, it creates a more of a how would I say, a more of a advantageous. No, not advantageous. More of a like, we got to take back that planet, or we're gonna actually start losing money type thing, where planets mean something. Because in the game, I mean, literally, I don't really care about Tharkad. I don't care about, you know, like any of the planets. It I don't really give a crap about those. It doesn't do anything. And most of the planets don't even have descriptions. And in the BattleTech lore, I know I'm a lore nerd. Don't get me wrong, but in the BattleTech lore, a lot of those planets have lore on them or descriptions for it itself, and so planets don't, you know, in the game itself, they have a really neat looking planet thing and some stats, but the rest of the planets, like, it's blank. And I think it's more just laziness. You could probably get one person over a 2-week period just to go do all the lore for all the planets. Yeah, there's a lot of planets, but you could just get one person go do it through PGI, or even have or just have the community go ahead and engage in that and say, you know, tell you what, we'll go do it. You know, we'll put the information. Here's for this planet, here's for this planet, here's what all the different information is. Hell, Sarna.net actually has hella stuff on it. I mean, you just copy paste that kind of stuff and just put it on there. But they don't do it. And I think I think a lot of people get put off from faction warfare because it does take a long time. It takes 30 minutes. And if you're not that good, you're probably going to get like 400,000 or 500,000 when you could just jump inside quick matches really quickly and just do that and get much more C-bills. And they probably need to raise the stakes for that, raise the XP, and raise, say, the MC, just like I like explained before. Raise the MC for that as well. So it just all depends. You know, they have to do something to have some meaning to faction warfare itself. Because right now, as soon as this event's over, it's going to become a complete wasteland. No one's going to be playing it. No one's going to be doing it. It's just going to be there, and that's it. So I think that to get people involved, you have to put some stake into it. As far as like the planet was taken that has, you know, this mech was produced at that planet, so now that mech is worth, you know, 25% more, you know, basically that kind of thing. If you put stakes into the planets themselves, the players would actually want to go do something and get involved inside faction warfare, because it's actually something against them. It's like, oh crap, I gotta, you know, if I want that mech, I gotta spend an extra 25% or 50% for that mech, because now it's on a rare market. So, like I said, you got to get players involved, and that's one of the things that, you know, the events. Oh my God, this is a crazy amount of C-bills and everything else, and they're just trying to get people happy for when the skill tree comes out and how much C-bills you have to spend for your nodes and everything else. So that's pretty much my take on the faction warfare and what happened. A lot of different units did come back, which is cool. You know, like, I definitely like that. They did come back and go to like Intersphere to help out the Intersphere, or even get the Intersphere, say like a mercenary thing or something like that. Who knows? So they did it. They did a good thing on that, so that's kind of cool. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your ideas of faction warfare. What can we do to go ahead and improve it? Those are just some of the general things that I was thinking about over a course of time, or a course of period, basically, and just kind of give my thoughts about that. So let me hear your thoughts. Put them down in the questions down below, in the comments and everything. And you know, let's hear them. Let's try to get some dialogue like on this. Let's try to do that, because faction warfare, I like the concept, I like the idea, but I think it's going to put off a lot of new players when they do come in. So thank you for watching, my friends. I do appreciate it. That's just a quick recap of kind of like what I saw. And if you have any other recaps of what you guys saw, you know, basically try to be positive or give constructive criticism on the different like events and everything. Thank you, and I'll see you on the battlefield.